What's up, guys? Back with another tier list. I know, finally uploading a video um, only a day after another video, and that's because I actually have some free time. So, I just got done platinuming 2 Souls games and making a tier list regarding both of those games. So, I'm a little burnt out. So I wanted to do something uh, kind of chill, uh, something that won't make me mad. Talking about, well, I'm still probably gonna get mad because I'm passionate about this game and I hate some of these characters, but not because they're badly written. Um, Yakuza 0 is probably the only game in the entire Yakuza series that has characters I hate, not because they're bad characters, but because um, of something that's completely unrelated, really. I mean, like, I have a reason to hate some of these characters that's not conventional, and I mean, what I mean by I'll it'll be easier for me to explain what I mean by that when I actually talk about those specific characters. Um, I don't know what the hell these dumbass tiers are. Nugget. I don't know what that means. We're gonna change that. I don't know what that means. Uh, Mid. That's pretty fair. Uh, yeah, that's good. Um, Again, this is gonna be a fun video. I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna take this serious, but I'm not gonna take this serious. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. um, there's something to love and hate about every character in this game. But yeah. Also, this isn't definitive because, like, I mean, if we were gonna rank every character in this goddamn game, there'd probably be like 150 plus, and that's including the sides or the sub stories, obviously. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Also, it's been about a year since I played this game, and I may or may not forget some of the names of these people. Uh, I know that's embarrassing because I've played every single Yakuza game and I don't remember some of the names of these people. Obviously, I remember the names of the important people, but um, like, honestly, I do not remember the name of this guy. I know who he is, obviously. I know their relation to the story, but I just am not going to be able to say their name because it's been that long. So yeah, let's get into it. We're starting off with a banger. We got Nishikiyama. He's not perfect. Not because he's a bad character, or, well, obviously he's not a bad character, but he's not perfect for me because there is, he's not a main character. I have my problems with Nishikiyama, but that's mostly in Kiwami, because, well, if you've played the games, you already know why, but his transformation into, like, some evil sociopath is, like, just with the snap of a finger in Kiwami. And so it would be fair to put his character in, like, terrible. But honestly, at the end of the day, in Zero, he's a really cool character. Especially if Zero is the first game of the series for you, because you're going into it not knowing anything about the characters. And so with that in mind, Nishikiyama is probably going to be your top 5 favorite characters in the game. I mean, he's cool, he's badass, he's funny, he's got nice style. He's also a boss at one point. That boss fight was pretty cool. That's a really cool boss fight. Honestly, I mean, it's Nishikiyama. If you play the game, you know why he's up here. I don't have to explain myself anymore. Oh my god. This guy's the worst. This guy's the absolute worst. Um, Besides the fact that he looks like a monkey, um, I've always just hated the way that his fucking face looks. This game, bro. Him and his two brothers, bro, they just piss me off by the way that they look. It's not even funny. Um, their character isn't terrible because, I mean, it is just an NPC like side character. You meet as Majima, and they teach or you can learn some of the breaker moves from them, and then you can also do the money mission, which is nice. But you know, the reason I hate this NPC is because of the climax battle. I believe it's climax battle 2-1. It's the breaker battle where as Majima you have to earn a certain amount of money in a time limit, and you have to fight these guys. And oh my god, that was like honestly one of the worst climax battles for me in this game. I platinumed Yakuza 0, so I had to do all the climax battles, and that was one of the battles that stood out the most. Not the worst, definitely not the worst climax battle in the game, but up there. And that's honestly why I don't like this character. I don't really have a good reason to hate them other than the fact that I hated that climax battle and this guy was in it. So yeah, and this goes for both of his brothers too. They're both in this category of just terrible characters. Next we got Bacchus, who for the longest time I thought his name was like Brachus, and I was always calling him wrong, but it's Bacchus. Just a little fun fact there. I think Bacchus is a cool character. I do kind of have a love-hate relationship with him though. I have a love-hate relationship with him because of all of the characters in the game, this is the one that yaps the most. And if you're doing a second playthrough of the game, anytime you talk with him, you're gonna just have to spend like a minute just skipping dialogue. It's not funny. That's low-key the only complaint I have about him. He's a really cool character. As Kiryu, you learn brawler style moves from him. And so in a pretty cool way, actually. I like the way that they did it with the Hitman. It was pretty funny. But I also like his character in general. He's like a not retired boxing coach. He's like on the run from like debtors, and he has like a whole backstory. He reminds me a lot of like Rocky's coach from the Rocky movies, if you know what I'm talking about. Obviously in this game he's a lot more shady. This guy's definitely involved with some illegal businesses. But moving on, I think he's a cool character. Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship with him though because of those dumbass text boxes. Next we have Billiken. I don't know why. I always call him Billiken because that's how they pronounce him in the game, but it's Billiken. He's the detective in this game. He's Date before Date. This character is only in the game for the period of time that this character is in the game. He is one of the coolest characters in the game, but he's only in the game for like 3 cutscenes. That's it. He dies like the 3rd cutscene he's in. He's not a mid character, but it's just like I don't know. He's only in the game for so long. He's a really interesting and sad backstory that you learn about, and when you do learn about it, you're like, oh, damn. Knowing about him, this character alone makes what was his name? I'll remember his name when I get to him, but he makes another character in the game much better. Simply by existing, he makes them better. I don't know. He's an old detective with a crazy backstory, and yeah, I think he's cool. Uh, we got. Oh, I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He is Bob Utsunomiya. Oh, Bob Utsunomiya. I think that's how you say his name. Um, this guy's entire purpose in the game is to give you um like the fun pack items. Uh, pretty or no no also to level up. You level up with him, I believe. I think you level up with him. Basically at the shrines, you can talk to him and well, not level up, but you can spend your career points on different like abilities, not abilities, but buffs, I guess. Like you can earn more money from fights. You can unlock new items and weapons. Uh, just things like that. But he also is the person who gives you the Sotenbori and uh, Kamurocho Fun Pack items, and then the Dragon of Dojima, Mad Dog of Shimano packs. I don't know the story behind those packs. I don't know how you get them. I think you have to beat the game once, and then you unlock them. I don't remember how that works. But again, it's been a while since I played this game. I don't know. I always thought his characters were weird. Like, there's no explanation as to why Majima or Kiryu have to go to a clown to level up, and why they receive items. Then again, it's a Yakuza game, and Yakuza 0 is definitely one of the more goofy Yakuza games. Not the goofiest, definitely not the goofiest. No, they're all goofy, but again, there doesn't need to be an explanation for these things, but it's always been on my mind, like, how do they know to go there and talk to him and level up? I don't know. it's a video game. I don't know why I care. He's cool. He's definitely memorable because this is the guy that you go to level up, so you're going to be talking to him a lot. He's also probably got one of the most memorable fits on. He's a clown with the same suit almost as Kiryu. Well, almost the same suit as like Kiryu's classical suit. I don't know, that I've always just memorized him as being like clown Kiryu. Fun to punch, because yeah, if there was a feature to punch him, I would definitely be punching him. By the way, I'm gonna cut real quick. I'm gonna change these tiers because I don't know, I don't like them all too much. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Just fixed the tiers. I think this is better, more serviceable. Okay, so we got Daigo Dojima next. So Daigo is like easily one of the most important characters in the Yakuza series, but I'm glad that they gave him like a role in Zero, because it's cool to see him like as a kid in Zero, and then eventually, you see how he progresses in the story. So I've always thought that was cool that he's in Yakuza 0, but in this game he fucking sucks, bro. Not that he's a bad character, but I've always just disliked him because of how annoying he is, bro. I mean, that's the whole part of his character. He's supposed to be some, brat, spoiled brat, and he is. But his whole sub story kind of revolves around him being a brat, and then eventually learning his lesson. Which is good writing, right? It's not like I don't like him because he's a bad character. I just don't like him because, well, he's a bad character. God, this is gonna be so convoluted. Look, I don't. He's not bad, and he's not forgettable. In fact, actually, I think being forgettable is like worse than being bad, if we're being honest. So we're gonna just change those around. If you're forgettable, like, I don't know. He's not forgettable. He's a bad character. Moving on. We got Kuze. of the three lieutenants, he's definitely my favorite. I think he's most people's favorite. Awano might be as well. I don't know. I think all the lieutenants in this game are good. I mean, eh, it's completely subjective. It's completely subjective. But Kuze is my favorite. I think Kuze is like honestly like almost perfect. So for those of you who don't know, maybe you're just watching this video because for whatever reason, I don't know. Assuming you don't know the lore of this game, Kuze is like one of the villains. He's not the main villain, but he's definitely like he's one of the villains like main henchmen. The main villain, well, there's not just one main villain. There's a lot of like moving parts. You could just say it's Dojima, but that's also kind of because also what's his name? The guy with the really deep voice. He's super bald. Shimano, yeah. He's also a villain, kind of. I mean, he is to Majima, and then you also have the Hitman. It doesn't really matter. They're all moving parts in the story, but Kuze is an amazing boss. Every cutscene Kuze's in, he's just amazing. He's got a sick outfit, probably like my favorite outfit in this game. I don't know, that's his best fit. He's a sick tattoo. Of the 5 times that you fight him in this game, I would say except for like one of them, they're all heat. Some of the most memorable boss fights in the Yakuza series, honestly. Like the first one with Kuze is awesome. The one where he's on a motorcycle is awesome. The last one that you fight him, it's like awesome as well. When you fight him in that room, I don't know, they're all good. The first 2 are definitely the best though. On top of that, he also has like a very cool arc, because when it comes to Iwano, Shibusawa, Dojima, they're kind of not generic villains, but they're villains, and it seems like their only purpose is to be evil and to, get what they want. And Kuze is definitely kind of like that, because obviously he's a Yakuza. He's just trying to, make it for himself, but he's a lot deeper than just, the nameless henchman. He has a heart-to-heart with Kiryu, like, multiple times. He's constantly telling Kiryu, or he's giving him advice, especially the last fight. The last fight is very honorable. He tells Kiryu where to go and what to expect, and he's like, I didn't do this. It's not personal. It's just because this is who I am. I don't know. I always thought that was really cool with Kuze's character. Yeah, Kuze is definitely an almost perfect for me. Now we got a random person that I've never seen before. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I don't know who this is. I mean, I could be really dumb for not knowing who this is, but I don't think I am, because they were important. I think this was a director's cut character, and I didn't play the director's cut, and I don't plan on playing that bullshit. But I mean, I know that they added cutscenes, and this looks like it's part of a cutscene. So I'm just trying to think, because this wasn't from a sub story. I would have remembered that sub story. Yeah, he's too 4K for him to be a sub story in this game. This is definitely a cutscene, so I don't know. This is probably director's cut. Not playing that garbage, so he's going here. We got what is her name? She's the grandma. She's the Objectarian, I believe that's what it's called. She's a goated character in this game. Very goated. I always loved her character. She's this like grandma who's always like, she's just what's the word? She's like Lydia from The Sopranos. If you ever watched The Sopranos, she's like Lydia. She's very like Well, no. She's not mentally stable. What am I trying to get at here? I'm trying to say she's a bitch. And you really hate her. But you also like her though, because she's like a grandma and she's like, she just does whatever the hell she wants, and that's like tough. It's honestly really, I don't know, that's cool. It's like, if I was an old person too, I would fucking do whatever the hell I want. I don't care. So I don't know, her character's pretty cool. She doesn't piss me off, like Daigo does. Also, at the end, she ends up working for Majima at the cabaret club, which I don't know how that ever ended up happening. Because she wears fucking leopard print clothing, and she has like dyed purple hair that's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know how you work at a cabaret club looking like that. But it makes her character even funnier, so she's going here. We got guy who I forgot his name, but I know who he is. So he owns the Eye of the Dragon and the Tiger, or Eye of the Dragon. Forgot what that place is called. He owns a restaurant that's like also a arms dealing business. I would say I hate his character because of how much I had to farm the weapon. What was that called? The where you had to send out agents to find parts and weapons and craft stuff. I hated that because I needed to do it for the platinum, and it took me like hours to grind it. But he wasn't part of it. It was his dumbass wife that was. God, bro. She was a character, she'd be down here, bro. I hated doing all that. Anyway, he's really cool. He's an immigrant from China who knows like martial arts, and you learn slugger styles, not styles, but like moves from him. He's really cool. Actually, he's probably my favorite like training guy in the game. There's 6 total in the game. Wait, no. Yeah, there's 6, I believe. He's definitely my favorite. I think his theme is sick. He's got some cool lore. He's got like a scar over his eye. He's sick, man. He's a solid character for me. We got Shimano next. If there's one thing this character is, he's definitely not forgettable, and that's because of how he looks. I would honestly argue that this is the most memorable character in the game simply because of how odd shaped his face and head is. I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Obviously, he's not the most memorable character, but memorable looking, yes. He looks like a fucking Q-tip. So he's gonna be a lot more important later, like in Kiwami. But he's still like an important character in this game. Like if it wasn't for Shimano, like a lot of stuff would not have been in place to happen. But he's a very solid character. He's not too crazy to me. I'm trying to think. No, there isn't a Shimano boss fight in this game. But he's still cool. You don't see his tattoo in this game. He has a cool tattoo. He has like a tiger. I don't know. His tattoo was always cool to me. But yeah, in this game he's kind of ambiguous. Not ambiguous, but honestly, for what he did to my boy Majima, like that was fucked up. Now obviously that's why Majima lost his eyes, because of this asshole. Fucking Q-tip, bald-headed ass. I don't know, bro. No, but he's a good character though. I like him more than Dojima because Dojima's evil to be evil, and this guy's also evil, but he's not as like forthcoming with it. That doesn't really become as obvious. His evilness doesn't become as obvious until Kiwami. And this game is not necessarily a villain. He is a villain, but he's not Yeah, no, he's a villain. He's a villain, but it's different. It's weird how this game. How it's weird how this game does villains. Um, it's honestly not that weird. I'm just making it sound weird. He's in very solid for me. Got Majima, the first goat of our tier. Um, I don't think there's much I have to say. I think Majima is probably my favorite character in the Yakuza series, and I don't I like a lot of people feel the same way. He's an amazing character. Um, I don't think Zero is my favorite representation of him, but it's definitely the best one of. It's definitely the best one. No, not the best one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Majima's good in like every game he's in, except maybe. No, no, he's good in every game. Every Yakuza game he's in, he's amazing. He steals the show, man. Yakuza Zero, he's so different. If you played like literally any other Yakuza game before Zero, um, seeing Majima and Zero compared to the other games was like it's got to be like a culture shock. Even more so if you played Zero and then Kiwami, because you meet Majima at the very beginning of Kiwami. So seeing Majima then is also a culture shock, but I think seeing Majima like later in the story and then seeing him in Zero, which is a prequel, I don't know what it's like it's shocking because of how different of a character he is. It doesn't even feel like he transforms into the Mad Dog fully because he's still his normal quotation mark self and like all the sub stories, no matter if you finish the game or not, and you're on like New Game Plus or Premium Adventure, I think it's called. What I'm trying to get at is you don't get Mad Dog until later. But this is still a very, he's still amazing in this game. I think I like him more than Kiryu. I think I've always, for Zero, as a protagonist goes, I think he's better. He's more character to him. Kiryu for me was always more of like a, like stone cold, like kind of just a motionless brick wall in this game. Not, obviously he's not, but he comes off as that a lot of times, and Majima doesn't. Majima has a lot of emotion to him. He's a very compelling character. And not that Kiryu isn't. By the way, Kiryu's also in here. I might as well just put him in there as well, so I can get the goats out of the way. Yeah, I don't think anyone expected anything other than GOAT status for these two. I think I personally prefer Majima over Kiryu, but like they're both amazing characters that, you know, two of the most iconic characters in gaming right here. Definitely not my favorite Kiryu like of any of the Yakuza games, but he's like one of the best ones. He's like, because it's a prequel and it's different, it's weird. These characters are the same as they are in the other game. Well, no, not Majima isn't, but Kiryu kind of is. He changes obviously for the better, I think, with the Dragon Engine games. Also 3 through 6 are pre-Zero, and so they have a different take on Kiryu. Kind of, not different. It's complicated. It's really complicated. But honestly, no matter the game, Kiryu is always going to be up here. Definitely the one thing that the Yakuza games have in common is amazing main characters, except for 4. And you know, if you know, you know. But yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else about these characters. They're both amazing. Very well written, emotional, compelling characters with amazing stories. You play as them. I don't know. What else do I have to say? Perfect. Okay, we're moving on to Awano. Awano, for me, has always been a cool character. He's not like Kuze level or anything, but he's very solid. He's also like evil. I don't know. Everyone loves to glaze Awano as if he, like, by the end of the game, he like redeemed himself by like pretty much committing suicide by running into that ugly ass hitman's like knife hand thingies. But like, are we forgetting that Awano like literally slimed like some random like stripper. He literally just killed a random girl for no reason because he was mad in front of Kiryu because he didn't get what he wanted. He threw a tantrum, so he killed some random woman. He killed the nearest woman to him when he got mad. Like, I'm sorry, bro. He's not forgiven because he committed suicide, pretty much. Like, I don't know. Obviously, we're not talking about like morality, because if we were talking about morality, like, nobody would be up here. But we're talking about aura and like toughness and like how much I like the character, and Awano is pretty cool. He has a tattoo on the back of his, well, back. So if you have a tattoo, you automatically have aura. By the way, I didn't mention these three as far as tattoo goes, but in this game, Majima has the coolest tattoo, followed by Kiryu, followed by Nishikiyama. But in the other games, I'd say it's Kiryu, then Nishikiyama, then Majima. Because Kiryu's isn't fully like, what's the word? Not in these. They don't have their fully painted versions yet in this game. That doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, Awano has like a samurai with, I don't remember the full design, but it's a really cool design. You fight him. There's only one boss fight with Awano, and it's right before the ugly ass hitman. But honestly, he's a really cool character. Not much else to talk about. He's a purple suit. He's kind of memorable suit. He's funny. He's got a demanding presence in all the cutscenes he's in. Yeah. We have probably the weirdest character to rank on this list because, like, bro, he's only in the game for a little longer than Billiken was, and he's somehow like my favorite Yakuza 0 specific character. What I mean by that is, for the majority of the characters in this game, they're only in this game, and then that's it. And Nishitiani, that's how you say his name? He's only in the game, in this game. Obviously, these two mog the hell out of Nishitiani, but that's because they're the main characters. But for a character that's only in the game for like 4 cutscenes and 2 boss fights, he's somehow perfect. Like, he's just such a cool character. He's funny. He's got like fashion. He's got cool fashion. He's got 2 cool boss fights. He's got like some cool ass moves. Backstory is crazy cool. He kind of redeems himself, if you can even redeem yourself if only being in the game for like 4 cutscenes. But every cutscene he's in, he's a dope ass character. Like, I don't know what else is there to say. If you played the game, you probably love Nishitiani because he's just sick. I mean, the minute you meet him, you automatically, like, for me at least, I automatically like fell in love with this fucking character, bro. I already knew he was gonna be a goated ass character. I already knew from the minute I saw him. I knew he was gonna be like goated. So yeah, he's up there with perfect for me. And now, let's just rank them together because I'm assuming there's a second one. But we have the hell are the Joamon and Soamon. Yeah. So it seems like they only gave us one. So yeah, this is Soamon, I think. Well, no, this is Joamon. Bro, I don't know. I don't remember. This is the guy. This is the fucking guy with the cannon. Oh my gosh, bro. So if you don't know, I don't know if it's in every Yakuza game, but it's in a lot of them, where when you complete the completion list, you'll get like a notification from these guys, and it's like, hey, come fight me. or come meet me here, certain location, and you fight them, and it's like this reoccurring plot with the Amon family. Um, it's kind of cool that it's like a reoccurring thing with the games, but in this game you fight Joamon and Soamon. They're pretty challenging boss fights. And they have like it's like 18 health bars or something like that. Definitely a different experience compared to the other boss fights in this game. Because honestly, like Yakuza boss fights can be challenging, but like I think for the most part they're straightforward. But Joamon and Soamon are different, bro. And especially this guy, I'm pretty sure this is the guy with the cannon. The cannon just obliterates you, like one-shots you. You'll go through so many healing or consumables during this fight. Oh, bro. Oh, you gotta be item spamming to do this guy. I hate this. I hate him. Yeah. We got oh my gosh, what is this guy's name? He's very important to the plot. He's an asshole though. I hate him. I hate him because of he's an asshole character. He's a cool character like design wise, but like I don't think I have to explain myself. Like the dude like sold a girl into slavery, and like he tried to cover it up by killing Majima and Makoto. Well, he tried to at least, but like there's no redeeming that, bro. I'm sorry, but when you do something that evil, like I don't care how cool your character is, like I'm just gonna hate you no matter what. And no, I'm sorry, but he doesn't redeem himself in the end. He's still an asshole. He's still fucking sold someone into slavery knowing full fucking well what was gonna happen. And we're not just talking any slavery, bro. Like, what did you think was gonna happen when you sold a girl into slavery to a mafia gang? Like, come on, what are the connotations of that, dude? Like, doing that, there's no excuse. I hate your character, bro. So evil. I don't even remember his name. It was like, and oh my god, the thing I just dislike the most about his character is like his whole thing is like being honorable to and like a true friend to oh my god, what's his name, the real estate guy, the real estate company. His whole thing is being loyal to that guy, right? But he knows full well that he sold that guy's sister into slavery. Like, just cut the honor bullshit out, bro. Like, you literally sold the dude's sister into slavery, and you're pretending like you're honorable. Like, have some fucking balls and like tell him that. And by the way, he knows that it was her. He knew it from the minute that he saw her on the television. Like, if you watch the if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. But this guy's just evil, bro. I'm done talking about him. I'm gonna try to remember this guy's name because it's really killing me. I really hate that I don't remember his name, dude. Oh well. Alright, moving on. We got some random drunk guy. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to remember this guy. Like, who is that? Oh yeah. Okay, this is Kamoji. I think that's his name. He's the Rush style trainer for Kiryu. He's got a pretty cool sub story. He's like this universe's version of Bruce Lee, but like poor and homeless and like washed up. So he does he's a punch out artist. He's got a pretty cool like mini game. You learn moves. One of the more unique ways to learn a move in this game is to do his like punch out artist stuff. You can also earn quite a bit of money, I think. You can earn like like 1 billion yen. I don't remember. He's a solid character. I don't know why I put him here though. Oh yeah, because I thought he was some random homeless guy. Kamoji's solid. There's nothing else to really say about him. We got Shibusawa. For me, the weakest lieutenant. Definitely the weakest lieutenant. I'm actually that's pretty that's pretty indicative to have them all right here. Shibusawa for me kind of came off as like a nothing lieutenant. Sorry, voice crack. Nothing lieutenant. Until the very end of the game where he somehow becomes like the evil mastermind behind everything, and how there can only be. I'm sorry. I love this game, but at the very end, on the yacht when he's fighting Kiryu, like that whole like speech about how he's gonna become a dragon or whatever, like I don't know. I always found that to be really corny because this dude is like fucking pushing 60 years old, talking about becoming a dragon. Like, shut up, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I mean, his backstory's sick. He's got a cool, like, his whole demeanor is like he's calm and collected. You know, Kuze is like quick to anger. Awano is like fucking cortisol spike central, killing women for no fucking reason. But Shibusawa is like, you know, the cold and calculated villain, and that's the thing I like about him the most. But he's not a bad character. And his boss fight at the end is also masterclass. Honestly, his boss fight at the end alone brings him up here. It's a little weird that I have Awano in front of him, but I don't know. I don't know. Awano's just like more memorable. I mean, if it wasn't for Shibusawa's boss fight, he wouldn't even be in this tier. He'd be in like solid, but I don't know. Shibusawa was tough, but he's not like Kuze level or anything. We got the ugly ass Chinese hitman. Probably again a really memorable character because of how ugly he is. Similar to Shimano. I don't know. He's kind of a bad character. I mean, he's just whatever. He's like the nameless henchman guy that does the work of the real bad guy. I mean, he's just a hitman. He's got a cool ass boss fight. But throughout the rest of the game that he's, in, he's just some ghoul. He literally just looks like a fucking ghoul. He looks like the guy from the Addams Family, like the fucking Frankenstein looking butler. Yeah, that's what he looks like, and that's what he feels like too. He just carries out the work of the real bad guys. I don't know, bro. He's whatever. He's not a good character. He's bad. Forgettable. Not forgettable, but bad. Next we have Makoto. I don't know why I was Makoto Makimura. Makimura. I just butchered that name. I butchered a lot of these names. Sorry, guys. I'm not fucking Japanese, if you tell by my voice. So Makoto is like she's probably the most important person in this entire story, kind of, weirdly enough. I mean, they're all important, but Makoto is like a really, really, really cool character. A lot of people say she's annoying, but like because of like her whining, but like, bro, if you were blind and you had no idea what the hell was going on, and you were like fucking just literally pushed into this random ass plot line where now you're suddenly, at the, sword's end of like a million bajillion different gangs, like, yeah, you'd be a little fucking stressed out too. But she has probably the saddest story in all of Yakuza. I don't know. That's a pretty big statement. One of the saddest stories. Basically, this asshole like sold her into slavery. Bad stuff happens, and now she's blind because of like a psychological, what was it called, like post-traumatic induced blindness, I think. She's only in this game. She's only in Zero. So, yeah, again, she's like Nishitiani. I do like Nishitiani more because Nishitiani is badass, but Makoto's a really cool character. She's a really solid character. I don't think I'm too far-fetched in saying she's perfect as for what she is in the story. I don't know who this is. Could be literally one of 10 people. I'm really trying to think of who this could be. Oh, yeah. This is Kiryu's receptionist. Forgot her name. She's forgettable. She's really just forgettable. She's part of Kiryu's sides or sub stories, where he like looks for someone to hire. And she's also part of the property management. I mean, I don't know. She's bad, but like, that's literally it, bro. I don't know. She's forgettable. That's it. We got Michael Jackson, or in this universe, who do they call him? Miracle Johnson. Yeah, they call him Miracle Johnson. He's perfect. He's a perfect character for me. He's reoccurring in this game, in the series. He's got like my favorite sub story. He's got two of my favorite sub stories. Unironically, the sub story where you have to disco battle him is like one of the hardest sub stories in the game. The sub stories aren't hard in the Yakuza games; they're just different. That's the best way I can describe them. And in this one, you have to beat him in disco. He's fucking cracked. Oh wait, no, you don't even have to beat him. I'm thinking of Majima's sub story where you have to beat the Disco King. No, you don't even have to beat a Miracle in this game. I've never beat him. Now that I think about it, because he was like impossible. So yeah, he's a perfect for me, definitely. Yeah, because he's just a W character. We got Miss Tatsu, another one of Kiryu's coaches. She's a good character. No, she's badass. She's a really badass character. I really like Miss Tatsu. She's got a lot going on. She's like a loan shark, debt collector type of girl, or whatever. I don't know her full story, but she's really cool. Her training is cool. She's got a cool design. She's badass. Beast style is goated, and she's the one that originates from. So, goated. It's not much else to say here, bro. Miss Tatsu's goated. We got the chicken. The chicken's a good character. Moving on. We got. It's coming back to me. Oh my gosh. Dude, how do I forget this guy's name? He's one of the coolest characters for me personally, especially in the later games. Oh my god. I'm so blanking on it right now, and it's really pissing me off because he's such a cool character. I want to say his name is like you know what? I don't remember. But he's a W character in this game. He's probably almost perfect for me. He's a little bit of a hard ass in this game. It makes sense because he's younger. You know, he's more arrogant. But I kind of always held that against him. I don't know if that's fair or not. But I don't think he's like really up here with them, honestly. Kashiwagi-san. That's, yeah, Kashiwagi-san. I remember him, yeah. Yeah, he's almost perfect for me. He's right here. We got the eraser guy. I forgot his name. Dude, he's in so many Yakuza games. In Zero, he's solid. This is like the only game he doesn't look like an old ass man. Dude, in the other games, like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. In this game, he's like a midlife crisis. No, not midlife, but like late 30s, like, or no, not late 30s, but late 20s. Uh, he's like trying to decide what to do with his life. He's like a virgin, and he's still playing with like toy cars, and he needs guidance. And Kiryu ends up ultimately like convincing him to stick to what he loves doing, which is the car racing thingy majingy. I don't remember what that's called. I don't remember the Bluebird Cup race thing. Um, he ends up doing that. He's a solid character. Not much else to say. He's got a cool story arc. His fit is tough, like undeniably tough. But other than that, yeah. We got Reina. So she's in this game, and then she's also in Kiwami. She's very, very cool. She's a very cool character. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. No, I like where this list is. I'm gonna move Reina up here. No shit, Reina's a perfect character, bro. Yakuza 0 really nailed it with the characters. I'm not gonna lie. Like the other Yakuza games, bro, it would be flipped. This list would be flipped. Like there would be this many people up here, and this many people down here, and that game would still be a really good game. These games don't necessarily rely on every character being amazing, but rather a select few characters being amazing. But Yakuza 0 really just has like a crazy cast of characters. But Reina, she's a bartender at Stardust. No, I forgot the name of her bar, but it's Nishikama's favorite spot. There's one boss fight there with Nishikama, which is cool. The design is sick. I like the way the bar is. Oh, I'm talking about the bar. What the hell am I doing? Reina's cool. She's a cool character. She's got a cool story arc. I'd say my favorite thing about her is the quick time event fail, where she like hits a bottle over your head. I always thought that was funny. But she's really well written. She's a nice character. No complaints. We got Daigo. No, not Daigo. What the hell? Fuck, it's been so long since I played Kiwami 2. This is, but what I mean by that is this is the main villain in Kiwami 2, and this is just a younger version of himself. He's very cool. It's very cool to see him in this game because they didn't have to throw him in here. It's so obvious like who it is too when you first see him. And then when he walks away at the end of the sub-story, Majin was like, that kid's gonna be a real dragon someday. And it's like, oh, foreshadowing. Like, damn. Solid. Very solid character. The sub-story with him is tough. He's got a cool-ass design with his, like, coat. And his, like, slicked blonde hair. I gotta say, he is definitely up there, bro. He is a cool-ass character in the game. We got Seta next. Seta is a very, very cool character. I would say my biggest problem with Seta is... I don't know if I have a problem with Seta. I really don't. I just think... I actually, though, I do have a problem with him, and that's because his climax battle in he's like the excuse me, he's like the third boss that you fight in one of the climax battles, and he's just terrible to get through, and I think that's what really keeps him from perfect. Yeah, I know that's dumb, but this is my fucking list. He goes there for that reason, and if you know, you know, because he was a terrible boss fight. Oh my gosh. Honestly, no, all jokes aside, Seda is a really cool character. I really do like Seda's character in this game. Um, yeah, he's honestly one of the best characters in the game. Um, ah, okay, yeah. We got Shinji. So Shinji in this game is weird because I haven't played the original Yakuza games, so Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2. I haven't played them. I don't know if Shinji was in those games or not, but pretty much in Kiwami, Shinji's like Kiryu's like right hand guy. And then there's some stuff that transpires while Kiryu goes for. Anyway, Shinji is a very important character for Kiryu's arc in Kiwami. Um, in Zero, Shinji is like this punk kid who's like obsessed with the Yakuza, and he really just wants to like be a Yakuza. I forget what his reason was, but it was like it was a very personal reason. Or no, he wanted to get revenge on the Yakuza, I think. Yeah. Anyway, Kiryu ends up trying to like stray him away from that path of like violence and crime and whatever. And I always found it so weird how Shinji ends up being the dude's fucking driver. So he joins the family. Um, I don't know. Shinji was always a cool character though. In this game, he's whatever. It's very cool foreshadowing though that he's in this game, and you know that's how their friendship started. But other than that, I think he's a solid character, honestly. Solid character in this game. We got Kazuma. This is Kiryu's dad, Kazuma something. Shintaro Kazuma. He's not in this. He's literally in this game for a cutscene, and the rest of the game they're just mentioning him because he is the one that kind of put the events in this game in fold. Like he anticipated everything that was gonna happen. He planned most of it. But as far as characters that were in the game, like he was only in the game for a cutscene, and I mean it's not the cutscene was bad, but dude, he literally has like 3 words, I think, too. Like, what? He's bad. He's not a bad. He's a bad character. We got Sohei Dojima, so he's like the main villain in the game. It's ironic how his henchmen are better villains than him, simply because I just dislike like his motives. No, not his motives. I just don't personally find his character to be intriguing at all. He's just your run-of-the-mill ugly asshole patriarch who wants to have like total control and monopoly over Kamurocho. I'm just not entirely moved by his character at all. I don't know, dude. Oh, that's the only thing I disliked about Serta, by the way. One of the final scenes in the game, when Sohei has like his gun pointed at Majima, Seta just comes out of nowhere and somehow shoots the gun out of Seta's hand. I mean, Sohei's hand. Like, holy fucking plot armor, bro. Like, what if he had missed? Imagine if he had missed. That how embarrassing would that have been? But yeah, that's about it for me with Sohei. He's a solid character. The cutscenes the cutscenes he is in, are amazing. But that's about it. Also, Kuze is like right at the cusp. I just remembered the cutscene where he cuts off his own finger to prove his resolve, which was so epic. I'm thinking about that right now. Top 10 Yakuza cutscenes of all time, honestly. Moving on. No, I don't know about top 10. There's some amazing cutscenes. Anyway, we got Kamoki. I think that's his name. Kamoki. He teaches Majima thug style moves. He's pretty solid. He's in Kiwami and Kiwami 2. And then I don't remember if he's in any of the other Yakuza games, but he's a very, very cool character. He reminds me a lot of Shin from Vitura Fighter, if you know what I'm talking about. Um, they definitely based him off of that. He's totally based off of him. But he's got a very cool design with like the Fu Manchu beard type of thing he's got going on. He's a solid character. I think I'd like him more in the other games. But he's a good character. We got Steven Steinberg or whatever the hell his fucking name is in this game. Dude, he's just so, they made him so chopped, bro. I mean, I don't even want to put him in solid because I don't know. He's a funny character though, because he's like, when you see him for the first time, you're just like, what the fuck is Steven Spielberg doing here? I don't know. He's cool. He's definitely one of the highlights of the Michael Jackson sub stories. It's just so weird. I don't know. He's such an interesting character. Moving on. This is Kai. Why is he in this tier list, bro? This is the guy at the start of the game who dies immediately in the first cutscene. Like technically he doesn't die in the cutscene, he dies after the cutscene, but like he's literally just in the game to die. This is the guy that gets Kiryu like framed or whatever. Not, he doesn't get him framed, but he dies and his death gets Kiryu framed. He's not forgettable because no, he is. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, do you really remember the fucking guy that got murked in the very beginning of the game, who has no like personal significance? The only significance this guy had is that he fucking died. And it's not even that he died, it's that he died in a specific part of Kamurocho. If he hadn't died in that part, he wouldn't have mattered. Not that it wasn't orchestrated in the first place, but still. Yeah, he's just forgettable. We got the third patriarch of the Dojima family. I forgot it. No, not Dojima family. Tojo clan. Forgot his name. He is literally just in this game to ore farm because he's only in Yakuza 0. He dies sometime in between 0 and Kiwami. He's a cool character. He's just in the game to ore farm, bro. Like, literally. This is dumbass Kane. He just sits there and, like, ponders, bro. He's sick, though. I like his character. He's cool. Nothing special. Nothing crazy. But, like, does it need to be crazy? He's a very solid character, bro. Who the fuck is this, bro? I'm sorry, but, like, I don't know who this is. I don't know, dude. I think this is a fucking director's cut exclusive bullshit. No, because, dude, this template was last modified in 2021. The director's cut has not been out that long. It's been out for like 2 months. Who the fuck is this person? Who the fuck is this person? I would love for people in the comments to enlighten me. If you tell me who they are in the comments, I will tell you where I would have ranked them. Because if they're in the game and it's not director's cut, then I'll have known who they were and I'll tell you. But like, I just don't recognize these two. I really don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. Next we have the real estate guy. It's coming back to me. The name of the real estate place. It's like one of the most important parts of the game. Is this guy? Oh my god, what is this guy's name? It's like, dude, see, this is what I'm talking about. I gotta replay 0. This guy's goated. I promise you I will say his name by the end of this video. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting his name. He's goated. He's such a goated ass character, bro. It's not even funny. I'm gonna move Seta down a little bit, like right here, just so it's not as bloated, because he's not as good as these characters. It's so hard to talk about him without saying his name, but he's got like the coolest arc in the game. Not the coolest arc, but one of the coolest arcs. He's got a prosthetic arm. What more do you need? He's a badass fighter. Cool story, cool design. Um, noble death. He's got one of the saddest backstories as well. How he was like an immigrant war child from China. Makoto's like his sister, and they're like get reunited, but when they get reunited, he dies, and it's super sad. Gosh, I wish I remembered his name, but I will by the end of this video. I promise. I promise I will. Yeah, he's amazing. He's a perfect character. Yep, forgettable. This is the loan shark guy at the beginning of the game. Technically, he is also the creator of like Peace Finance, because director's cut felt that it was necessary to make him the creator of that company for whatever reason, bro. I always thought that was so dumb. Like, why did they feel the need to do that? Honestly, I mean, I don't know. He's nothing. He's a nothing character. You only see him at that start of the game cutscene, and then a second cutscene where you confront him, and that's it. And then I guess if you're playing the director's cut, you have a third one with him. But I don't know. He's forgettable, dude. And then we got another goated ass character. It's like they throw so many characters at us in this game that you'll just never see again. And guess what? I am forgetting this fucking guy's name. Dude, he was so memorable though. He's one of those memorable characters in the game. He serves as like Majima's. He serves as like an anti-hero to Majima, I guess. He's Majima's like watch guardian type thing. Like he's the oath brother, blood brother, sworn whatever the hell brother to Shimano. So he's like, you know, close with him, and he's watching over Majima as a favor and whatever. But he slowly transforms to a character you hate because of how smug and just assholey he seems. Into one of the best characters in the game. He's got some of the coolest dialogue, some of the coolest cutscenes, some of the coolest like story related things, and the cutscene at the very end of the game with him and Majima is one of my favorite in the game and in the series, honestly. Oh my gosh, it sucks that he dies in this game because he could have honestly been a really cool character to see in Kiwami or Kiwami 2. Same for Nishtiani. Same for like literally every other character in this game, like the lieutenants. It's weird how you don't hear about the lieutenants after Zero, by the way. I mean, I get it, they're probably in prison for like, 15 years, but like, dude, you would think you would hear something about them later, unless they died in prison, but I don't know. Oh, Awano dies, and yeah, well, he's the only one that dies. I'm surprised Kuze and Shibusawa don't say anything. Anyway, God, what is his name? Forgot his name. Forgot this dude's name as well. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep forgetting people's names. But this is the older, or not older, but this is like the Chinese triad related guy who is Makoto's like boss and protector / guardian. He's got a really cool backstory. He was the one that rescued Makoto, and he just wants a better life for the both of them. He owns his own like massage parlor. There are 3 boss fights with him, I believe. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, there are 3. Each one is pretty cool. Excuse me. He's got a cool ass tattoo. He's cool. He's a cool character, bro. Yeah. He's very solid for me. He's a very solid character. He does die a little early, I think. Not necessarily early, but it would have been cool to have him like live to the end. Because he's not necessarily a character that like, even if he lived, like, he wouldn't have had to show up in the other Yakuza games, possibly. Like, you could have just assumed, like, if he lived, he would live a normal life. It would have been nice to see him at least see Makoto, like, get a better life. I feel like they just blew him up for no reason. Yeah. But he's a very solid character. And then we got 3 whatever characters. So this is the real estate guy. Again, no cutscenes, entirely sub-story related, except for that initial part where he gives you the real estate business. He's like right here for me, bro. Honestly, he's forgettable. He's just a forgettable character. Rat Face. That's how I call this guy. He's a terrible character. I hate him. He's just like, look at him, bro. He's just a rat. He's just a little fucking rat. Looks like a rodent. I don't think I need more of a reason to hate him, because I hate the monkey guy because he looks like a monkey. So I think I hate the rat guy because he looks like a rat. And then we also got this guy who is the cabaret club owner slash whatever. No, yeah, owner. And you work with him as Majima. Doesn't really do a whole lot. His whole thing is that he's like a coward. And his like arc is that he starts as a coward and learns to, you know, fight like a man, so to speak. Didn't really care for him too much. He's definitely one of the more forgettable characters. I don't ever think about him, like, ever, when I think about this game. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. This is this whole list of Yakuza 0 characters. I know that this isn't definitive because there are more characters in this game. Mostly sub-story related characters, or only sub-story related characters, but you know, I feel like this covers like 95% of them, but all of the ones that matter anyway are covered on this list. I think this is pretty solid. I don't know, let me know what you would think in the comments. Again, this is just for fun. I don't really take this too seriously because it's a Yakuza game. But I think this is about as close as it's going to get for me. This guy's name has still not came to me yet. So I'm going to do a quick Google search and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Tachibana, bro. It was Tachibana. Dude, I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. I had it. I fucking had it. I don't know. It sucks that I had to do a Google search for that. And then this is Sagawa as well, which I think I know why I forgot his name, because that's just not as memorable as a name. Like, I don't know, Sagawa. I don't know, but I should have remembered Tachibana. Tachibana real estate. Like, this just rolls off the tongue. I should have remembered that, and I didn't. Whatever. But that's Sagawa Tachibana. I didn't bother searching up this fucking guy's name or any of the other forgettable characters because who cares. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. That's the Yakuza 0 character tier list. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you're into these type of videos, I think you're gonna like the other videos I have on the channel. If you guys have any recommendations for other videos I should make, again, I'll do a tier list on almost anything. This was just something I chose out of the random because why not? But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. That's another video down. I hope you guys have I hope you guys have a very good day. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.